Our mid laner's got it. We're going to save our ability to get a pick onto the enemy. Maybe not a pick, but to get some damage onto the enemy. We're going to put a shield around to the Kamazots. We're going to use our 2. We're going to come in, use our ultimate. Hell's able to get one. Kamazots is able to get one. We're going to go ahead, rotate in, pop a shell onto the Kamazots. And that is the beauty of Geb support. We just did a lot there to keep Kamazots alive and set up the Hell and Kamazots for a couple picks. What a do, skibbity boo, it's your boy SeanyB Gaming, and today we have a viewer request to play Geb as support. If you are new to the channel, I upload every single day. I add some commentary to a game that I've already played with the intention of seeing what went right, what went wrong, and hopefully there's something that we can learn together. If there is something that we learn together, make sure you check out the channel and subscribe for more content. If you are a returning viewer, Geb is a defensive supporty kind of support. He's not the best aggressor, but he does have a great ultimate for initiation. So let's go ahead and jump into Geb's kit. Geb's 1, Rollout. Geb turns into a massive rolling earth, damaging and slowing enemies he encounters, stopping at the first enemy god he hits. He increases his speed as he travels, and his damage increases from 75% to 100% over 3 seconds. Once at his top speed, Geb becomes immune to crowd control and will also knock back enemy gods. The slow is going to be 30%, and the slow duration is going to be 1 second at level 1, 2 seconds at level 5. Geb's 2, Shockwave. Geb creates a shockwave that ripples out from him in a cone, causing damage and knocking up all enemies. The damage decreases the further the enemy is from Geb, down to 70% at maximum range. Geb's 3, Stone Shield. Geb targets himself or an ally to put a shield around. The shield blocks all damage and lasts until it expires or until it takes enough damage to be destroyed. The shield can also cleanse any crowd control whenever it is applied. The shield duration is going to be 3 seconds at level 1, 5 seconds at level 5. Geb's ultimate, Cataclysm. Geb pulls apart the earth, dealing magical damage to all enemies based on a percent of their current health and stunning them. The damage is going to be 15% of the target's current health at level 1 and 35% at level 5. The stun duration is going to be 1.6 seconds at level 1 and 2 seconds at level 5. And finally, Geb's passive, Hard as a Rock. Critical strike bonus damage taken is decreased by 75%. In terms of the leveling order, at level 1, we want to put a point into our 2. Level 2, put a point into our 1. Level 3, put a point into our 3. Then at level 4, we want to put another point into our 2. We want to max out our ultimate whenever we can. Max out our 2, max out our 3, then max out our 1. We are going against a Danzabora and a Fafnir. We left Fountain with the Guardian's Blessing, tier 1 boots, 4 health potions, and a Hand of the Gods. We're going to go ahead, get the knockback onto the Danzabora, use our 2, get some damage onto him. We're going to try to land some basics since we have wave pressure. Kamazots rotates over but doesn't really get anything for it. We're going to go ahead, take the enemy Harpy. We hit 2 with our 1, that's going to slow them, but we're going to rotate back safely. Geb does not have fantastic damaging abilities, but he does have good setup. So being able to knock back or knock up an opponent is going to be very helpful. We get Danza out of his leaf form. And Hoi is able to get the first blood. We're going to go ahead and put our shield around the Hoi. We also have our shell in case the jungler rotates on us. The first blood is going to give Hoi an additional 500 gold. We see Hunbats all the way in solo, so we feel safe invading the enemy purple buff. Hoi and myself are pretty out of mana, pretty out of health, so we both need it back pretty soon. Since the minion wave is so far pushed up, we're just going to go ahead and rotate to our purple buff. We do have enough money for boots, so we are going to want it back here, probably after this wave. So we just hit our ultimate. Our ultimate is most effective at the beginning of a fight whenever the enemy has full health. I'm pretty sure you can't get a kill with Geb's ultimate, so if the enemy has 10 health remaining, you're going to remove 35% of that at level 5. Level 5 in the ultimate, that is. So we went with the cooldown boots. It's going to give us a little bit of power. It's going to give us 10% cooldown. I don't think there's much point in going into the lifesteal boots with Geb. I think any of the other 3 options are going to be pretty valid.
Enemy missing. Cancel that.
We're going to go ahead and set up a ward. Use our 1 to start rotating left. Chalk's here. Boom. Boom. And we're able to get the pick onto the chalk. Not sure if Nike would have gotten it, but we wanted to rotate over and help him secure it. Get the slow onto the Poseidon. Go to use our ultimate, and Camazotz is able to clean up the Poseidon. Off to a great start. We've been involved in every kill so far. Hunbass is kind of hanging out a little too long. He's allowing us to rotate onto him. He's able to jump away. Chalk's rotating in. Fafnir's also rotating in. Go ahead and hit Hell with our shield. Hunbass is able to get the pick onto Nike. One great tip that I have recently learned is that your mid laner does not need your help clearing wave with abilities as support. So if we can tag an enemy and the wave, that's always a plus, but we shouldn't use our 2 just on the minions. Our mid laner's got it. We're going to save our ability to get a pick onto the enemy. Maybe not a pick, but to get some damage onto the enemy. We're going to put a shield around to the Camazotz. We're going to use our 2. We're going to come in, use our ultimate. Hell's able to get 1. Camazotz is able to get 1. We're going to go ahead and rotate in. Pop a shell onto the Camazotz. And that is the beauty of Geb support. We just did a lot there to keep Camazotz alive and set up the Hell and Camazotz for a couple picks. We're going to go ahead and work on the enemy red buff. If Hell does not rotate in, then we're going to go ahead and take it ourselves. It looks like she wants us to take it, so we'll go ahead and... Oh, we left it. We should have taken it. She told us to take it. We're going to go ahead and back because we have enough money for Stone of Binding. The Stone of Binding is going to provide us 30 magical power, 30 physical protections, 30 magical protections, and 10 MP5. It has a passive that successfully hitting an enemy god with crowd control will place a debuff on the enemy, reducing their magical and physical protections by 10 for 5 seconds. So whenever we land our 2 or our charged up 1, we're going to remove 10 protections on the enemy. We're gonna see if we can hold lane for Hell. We want our mid laner to get as much gold and XP as possible. We're gonna go ahead and use our 1, use our 2, fall back a little bit. Hell's here. We're gonna go ahead and activate our shield onto her.
Enemy missing right. Your left tower is under attack.
Nice little 3v3 going on in mid. We use our 2 to get some damage onto the Hun Bats. We use our ultimate. Camazotz is able to get the pick onto the Hun Bats. We use our 3 to get the shield onto Camazotz. That's able to help him survive. We do have our shell, and we also have our 2. We're going to go ahead and knock up the Poseidon. Hell's able to get a pick onto the Poseidon. We're going to use our 1. He's probably going to jump right here. The Danes of War rotates in. We're going to throw our shield onto the Hell. Go ahead and hit him with our 1. That's going to slow him. Danes of War is able to get the pick onto Camazotz. We're going to go help out solo lane a little bit. Looks like Nike is on her way. We're just getting some basics on Chalk, which is pretty pointless at this point. We're going to go ahead and use a shield on ourselves, use our 1 to skedaddle. We do have a shell if we need help. We also have our 2. We're going to go ahead and back ourselves. We probably should have stayed around for that wave. That would have given us some gold and XP, but since we backed, Nike's going to get the full amount of gold and XP. Looks like Camazotz was just barely able to get out of there. We use our shield onto him. Unfortunately, Hun Bats is still able to get the pick onto him. We're going to use our 1, use our ultimate. We missed both people with our ultimate. Hell's able to get the pick onto the Poseidon. We do have our shell, and we also have our shield. We're going to go ahead and hit the red buff with our Hell. We're thinking about rotating around, but Hell's backing, so somebody needs to take care of the minions in mid. We probably could have held them that time. I'm going to go ahead and rotate left. Looks like they need a little bit of help. There's 2 people over here. We're going to use our 1. Try to get it into the enhanced form. Unfortunately, we're just a little short. We throw the shield onto Camazotz when we were aiming for Nike. We're going to roll out. We're going to try to get him. We're being so aggressive. And he's able to get the pick onto the Camazotz. We're going to start falling back. We're being way too aggressive for no reason. We go ahead and use our ultimate to stun him. Buy Hell a little bit of wiggle room. So we just got hell killed. Probably Camazotz too. We should not have chased that on bats like that. We're gonna go down ourselves right here. Yep. So that was way too greedy. We got absolutely nothing for it and lost 3 people for it. After Stone of Binding, we're going to go ahead and pick up the Gauntlet of Thebes. The Gauntlet of Thebes is going to provide us 300 health, 15 HP 5, and it has a passive that you're going to gain stacks. You can get a stack by assisting an enemy minion, or 5 stacks for assisting an enemy god. If you get the final hit or the kill, you're not going to get a stack. Each stack is going to provide 1 magical and 1 physical protection, maximum of 50 stacks. Allies within 70 units are going to receive 10 magical and 10 physical protections once this item is evolved. So this item's pretty cheap, and it provides you 300 health, 50 protections of each, and some HP 5. We're going to go ahead and rotate right, see if we can help this hell out. Their team's grouping really well. We're going to blank in, use our 2, we're able to get the pick onto the Hun Bats. They are probably rotating to Gold Fury. I don't think there's too much we're going to be able to do to contest. So for our second relic, we went with Blink. Geb has the ability to initiate team fights really well with his ultimate. So if we could blink into a grouping of them, we could potentially set up our team really well. We get Fenrir to use his ultimate on us. That's a good thing. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate. We eat the rocket. I don't know if he was aiming for us or the Hoi. Hoi's able to get the pick onto the Fenrir. We're going to get the knock up onto the Danzaboro. Sounds like he is back near our purple. We're going to use our 1. We're on the hunt. There he is. The only question is, which leaf is he now? And it looks like we lost him. We're going to go ahead and rotate left, see if we can make it over to help this Nike out. Looks like Camazotz was able to trade with Hun Bats. I don't know. There wasn't too much we could do against the Chalk. He would have just knocked him back and that would be pretty much it. So I think we intentionally stopped short and then kind of just laugh with him. Now that Nike's here, there's a little more that we can do. Probably not too much. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate, use our shield onto the Nike. And we're going to go ahead and start falling back. We're going to use our 1. Nike looks like she needs our help. Nike uses her shield. Bats is here.
Be right back. Your right tower is under attack.
We're going to go ahead and use our 1 to travel to mid lane a little bit quicker. Looks like we're just going to bypass Hun Bats right there. We use our shield onto the Camazotz. He's kind of picked a bad fight for himself. We're trying to rotate to Camazotz, but I don't think there's too much we're going to be able to do here. We might be able to blink and throw a shield on him. But Danzaboro is able to get the pick onto him. We're going to start falling back. We got 2 people pushing us. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate now that Hui's here. Hui's able to get the pick onto the Hun Bats. So right there, we were some juicy bait. We get the knock up onto the Fafnir.
Tower is under attack. Your right tower has been destroyed. Your middle tower is under attack.
We're getting pretty weak, so we should start trying to back up. Hell rotates in. We're going to come in, land our 2, and Fafnir goes down. After going into the Gauntlet of Thebes, we're going to be going into Pridwen. Pridwen's going to provide us 30 physical protections, 30 magical protections, and 20% cooldown. It has a passive that when your ultimate ability has finished casting, you gain a shield equal to your protections for 5 seconds. When destroyed by timing out or being depleted, it explodes and deals magical damage equal to 50% of the shield's initial health and slows the target by 25% for 3 seconds. This can only occur once every 45 seconds. No point in us really trying to hit this blue. We're going to go ahead and rotate to mid.
Enemy missing middle. Check this out. Oh yeah. Enemy incoming.
He gets some okay damage onto Poseidon. Nothing that he really has to worry about.
Enemy missing right.
The enemy team is able to get another Gold Fury. That's not a good sign.
Throw their bodies onto your sword.
We're in a little bit of trouble. We put the shield on ourselves and then we start rolling out.
Middle tower is under attack.
We do have our ultimate. We pop a shell. We go ahead and use our 2. We're kind of saving our ultimate. And we go down.
Attack left lane.
Lambs brought to slaughter.
Retreat left lane.
So
Middle lane. On my way.
they were grouped really well. We had somebody in right, we had somebody in left. They were all together.
Your middle tower has been destroyed. Ultimate is ready. Attack.
We should have used our ultimate in that last engagement. That would have bought us a little bit more time. But we had nobody around to like follow up on our ultimate, so I think that's why we were saving it.
Your middle phoenix is under attack.
He's able to get the pick onto the Fafnir. They only have the Hun Bats left. I think we can make a play for Fire Giant.
Your right tower is under attack. Attack fire giant.
We are going to lose that tower, but Hell is rotating over in the right lane. They had the Oni wave. There, Dane Zaboro leaves the game. I'm pretty sure he's coming back. For some reason, our Camazotz was tanking Fire Giant. Don't know if I have any explanation for that. Bats is here. He uses his ultimate. We go ahead and get our 2 on him. That's going to knock him up. He jumps away. Poseidon rotates in behind us. Unfortunately, we could not throw our shield on the Hoi. We get our 2 onto the Poseidon. We get the slow onto Poseidon. We're going to come in. We're going to use our ultimate. Chalk's immune while he's using his ultimate. We're going to throw a shield onto the Hell. We're going to try to roll out. Unfortunately, they're able to get the pick onto Hell. We're going to start falling back.
Retreat! An enemy has returned.
There's the Donzaburo. This is not a great fight for us.
Retreat!
We probably pop an early shell, although they were able to burn down Kamazotz really quick. We're going to go ahead and roll out.
On my way!
Looks like they're going to get Nike. Oh, good jump by Nike. She uses her ultimate. We're going to use our 2. Hoi comes in with a fat ultimate, and we're able to turn that around, get a pick on 2-2. Now we're kind of on the aggressive right here. We're going to try to chase down this Poseidon. We do have our blink and our ultimate. Our 2 is just short, and Poseidon is really quick. That is unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and knock the Danzabora into the wall.
Don't mention a thing! Be careful! Group up! Attack right lane!
Please let me drive for a sec.
Be careful!
Our team's just kind of all over the place. We needed to group up a while ago.
Skipping school for this?
Enemy missing left!
Kamazotz is in a bad position. He goes down. We're going to start falling back. Right now, we are a higher level than our Kamazotz, so that is not a great sign. I'll just leave it at that. As Geb support, all we can do is try to help our team out to the best of our ability. It is going to be on our team to have the damage, to get the picks, and to kind of move up the map. Our job is to facilitate that as best as we can. So far, I feel like we've done a pretty good job of that. We have been involved in 17 of the 27 kills. Alright, Phoenix is under attack, and it looks like they're going to be able to get it, which is super unfortunate. We basically just gave it to them for free. That was weird, right? That was a leaf that then just turned into more leaves. Donzaburo uses his ultimate. We're going to go ahead, try to get some damage onto him. Shot comes in with his ultimate. Kamazotz able to get the pick onto the Danzaburo. We get taunted. We're going to stick to this Fafnir now. I feel like Fafnir is easier to kill than the Chalk. Bats is here. We hit him with our 2. He most likely has a blink and a jump, so we do want to try to pursue him, but nothing too crazy. That's his jump. We're going to hit him with our 2. Hell is rotating behind him. We're going to blink in, use our ultimate right as Hell's turning the corner, so she's able to get the pick onto him. We have a pretty penny in the pocket, so we are going to want to back here in just a moment.
Nice job! In right lane!
After going into Pridwen, we're going to be going into Sovereignty. Sovereignty is going to provide us 250 health, 45 physical protections. It has a passive that allies within 70 units are going to gain 15 physical protections and 35 HP 5. So if we take a look at the enemy team composition, they have 3 physical characters. So we're going to pick up something that's going to increase our allies' physical protections and also increase their HP 5. HP 5 is the amount of health you gain every 5 seconds. So if allies are standing near us, they're going to gain 15 physical protections and 7 health every second. Plus, we have Gauntlet of Thebes online, and it is evolved, so they'll be gaining an additional 10 physical protections and 10 magical protections. We need to rotate to the team fight. Me and Hoi were kind of in the wrong spot. We're going to use our 1 to get over there as quick as possible. I'm not entirely sure why we routed that way. I'm going to go ahead and use our 1, use our ultimate. Throw our shield onto the Hoi. That helps him survive a lot longer than he should have, but I don't know if we're going to be able to help him survive right here. I'm going to turn around and use our 2. Poseidon's able to get out of there. Now it's just Camazotz and myself. We're going to try to help him survive as much as we can. But whenever he runs away from us, there's not too much we're going to be able to do. So now we are on distraction mode. The best thing that we can do for our team is to keep them off of Phoenixes. So we're going to run away. And hopefully they'll all chase me instead of pushing middle Phoenix. Which it looks like is the scenario right now. Our right Phoenix is about to be up. Unfortunately, I drew them to the Fire Giant side. So they were able to just peel off of me and say, let's go get Fire Giant. Chalk can definitely secure this better than we can. We burn our ultimate. We probably didn't need to do that right there. And Danzabor is able to get our right Phoenix. Our team is just all over the place. We're not having very successful team fights or successful defenses. I'm going to go ahead and push up a wave, and then we're going to try to help out the team fight in mid. We're going to go ahead and rotate back. We throw our shield onto the Hell. That helps her survive a little bit, but Poseidon ultimate does a lot of damage. We're trying to get some body blocks for our Hoi. We hit our 2. We try to shield the Hoi. I'm not sure where that shield went. It's just the Fafnir left. We need one person defending right. We need Hoi on the aggressive. Not sure where next. So Nike's trying to go for Pyromancer. I think we could get a tower and then go for Pyromancer. But Camazotz doesn't want to go in. I don't know. There's only so much you can do as a support. We were sitting there willing to take tower shots. We pushed up the minion wave, but the 2 people on our team that were with us did not want to push. I feel like we did our job, and we tried to communicate to attack the tower. They have a grouping of 3. We are scattered still. We're trying to stick with this Hell. I feel like if we can keep her alive, she might be our win condition. We're trying to get a shield onto this Nike. We're able to get the Oni Fury. That's a good play by our carry. We're going to go ahead and use our ultimate, get the damage onto 2. It's going to remove 35% of their health, of their current health. We're going to get our 2 off. After going, let's go ahead and focus on the action. I forgot to mention that we picked up Soul Reaver. We're going to throw our shield off. We're going to get our 2 off. This Fafnir is very weak. We're able to pick onto him. Now it's just 3 people left on the enemy team. Looks like they are over in right jungle. We're going to go ahead and push up a wave. So we also picked up Soul Reaver. Soul Reaver is going to provide us 95 magical power, 300 mana, and 10% magic penetration. It has a passive so that whenever we damage an enemy with an ability, we're going to deal 2% of the target's maximum health. If the target had over 2,000 health, this effect is going to start scaling up to a maximum of 7% at 2,750 health. Subsequent hits on the same target are going to deal half the bonus damage. Right now we're trying to push with health. If we can get a Phoenix, that could be a really big play for us. Unfortunately, Chalk comes in and it is just very damaging. Unfortunately, we were not able to save Hell. We're going to start falling back. Use our shield, use our ultimate, but we get knocked up. He comes in with a fat ultimate. We need to get Hoi on a structure. That should be our objective right now. We're going to throw our shield onto Hoi, trying to keep him alive as long as possible. Try to knock up the Fafnir, but he's already knocked up. Our Hoi goes down. So now Camazotz is the person we need to get onto tower. They're chasing when we really just need to go for this Phoenix right here. I can't think too much. It'd be nice if Nike was here. Camazotz, run in there, bud. And we're not going to be able to get it. That was probably our best chance of getting back in this game. Best chance so far. And we were just a little short. Super unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and sell our boots for the Mantle of Discord. The Mantle of Discord is going to provide us 60 magical protection, 60 physical protections, and 10% cooldown. It has a passive that if you take damage below 30% health, you unleash a shockwave that stuns all enemies within a range of 20 units for 1 second. And you also become immune to crowd control effects for 1 second. This can only occur once every 90 seconds. Trying to engage, get some good damage in so this Hoi can follow up. Hoi's able to get the pick onto the Humbats. Next we're trying to turn our attention to the Danzaburo. Chalk is also here. We don't want to pull Hoi into something he can't survive. We're going to throw a shield onto ourselves. Chalk is now on the Hoi. We pop a shell on ourselves. We probably should have saved that for the Hoi. We're going to use our 2, get the knockup. Hoi is able to create a little bit of separation for himself. Hell's able to heal us a little bit where they kind of get back into the fight. Run back in there. Use our 2. Use our shield on ourselves. We're going to use our 1 to get out of there. Poseidon's chasing, but we should be able to get out right here. We're going to go ahead and back. There's a wave in the left that needs to be cleaned up, so that's probably where we're going to go before the team fight. Our Hoi goes down, so now it's just the solo laner and myself. We're going to go ahead and blink past all that nonsense. Go ahead and use our ultimate. We're going to stand in front of the Stands of Boro, try to get the Phoenix to target him. Poseidon's here. We're going to do the same tactic. And we're able to get the Phoenix to get the Poseidon. We throw our shield onto the Nike. Nike goes down. We are very weak. Unfortunately, I think they're going to be able to get the Phoenix. That's 2 Phoenixes down. Now it's going to be even harder to come back in this game. Hun Bats is over in left. We're pretty weak, but we do not want to give them a free Phoenix. We're going to try to stand in front of him. And he's able to get the Phoenix. So now that's 3 Phoenixes down. We're going to use the shield on ourselves. We're going to use our 2 to get the knock up. We're going to use the 1. And Hun Bats is able to clean us up. I feel like we played that defense pretty well.
An ally has been slain.
So we could sell our Stone of Binding for something. The Stone of Binding isn't that effective in the late game. A great item to pick up would be Spirit Robes. If we get CC'd, we're going to get some damage mitigation for it. Hel and Hoi are able to blow up the Danzaburo. Chalk is pushing right.
Your Titan is under attack. Aye. Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and use our 1, use our ultimate. Hoi is able to defend against the Chalk. It's not going to take much for them to get the pick on our Titan. It's going to be pretty easy to backdoor. I think this game we probably could have warded a little bit better, a little bit more often. But I feel like we had a really good Geb game. We are involved in 31 of our 45 kills. We kept people alive. But as support, we're not necessarily going to be the win condition. Our job is to help find the win condition on our team and try to keep them alive as long as possible and set them up. Hoi had 21 kills, I believe. Hun Bats is over in the left. He's got to jump and a blink. We got to push up this minion wave so it's not going to make it to the Titan room. Let's go, team. There's Hun Bats. There's Fafnir. Nike and Camouflage are too far up to rotate back and help out. We're going to go in, use our ultimate, just keep them out of the Titan throne. And Danzaburo is able to rocket in. Well, that is going to be the end of this one. Unfortunately, we took the L even though we had more kills. But sometimes that's just how the map flops. Well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you feel like you learned anything at all, check out the channel and subscribe for more content. These stats for this game will be posted in just a moment. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.